Go football. Go football. Smooth. What's going on, everyone? AFC finished. The rainy run is over. And I'm back on a lovely sunny day. Time to Reading to see Reading City FC. And Bellini has joined us. She's trying to get in on Tom's Doritos. Billy, down. Really nice to have good weather back. It should be a good day. First one we've done us three, it's a while. I've already used my tacos, so it's like quesadilla. You got burrito.
The big three. Excited? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure what to expect for a game today, but
let's just hope it's better than fucking Barnet. Football bill. Here we are then. Reading City. Railway tracks, the sun is out. Let's do this, Bill. Yay! Well, after all that, here we are in Bracknell. Fun fact, my dad used to work around here. I think he said he used to come here to get breakfast at the clubhouse, but got there eventually. Broken-hearted Billy couldn't get into Reading. Sorry, Bill. But we'll have fun, won't we? We'll try.
yeah.
What a day. Here we go then. Let's do this. Go on, Bill. There's the Bracknell Massive. Impressive noise. On the sunny day. But you out in the garden. Right, we finally made it to game. Billy's satisfied. Time to find out a bit about today's hosts, Bracknell Town. Bracknell Town were founded in 1896 and after joining the Ascot District League in 1904, won it in 1912. They switched to the Reading District League after the Second World War and had success in the late 60s, then moving to Spartan League. They won the Premier Division and League Cup double in 1983. They moved to the Athenian League and experienced relegation and moving leagues amongst the organisation, later moving to Southern League in the 2000s. In 2017, they won a Cup treble, and the next year won promotion, also retaining the Challenge Cup. They won in 2022 to ascend to the Premier Division of the Southern League. They reached the FA Cup first round for the first time the next season and hosted Ipswich Town in a 3-0 defeat. They won the Berks and Bucks Senior Cup for the first time in 2023 and won this again 2 years later. Overall, they've won one Isthmian League South Central Division title, one Isthmian League Division 3 title, one Spartan League Premier Division title, one Spartan League Senior Division title, 3 Spartan League Cups, 2 Hellenic League Challenge Cups, 1 Surrey Senior League, 2 Surrey League Cups, and 2 Berks and Bucks Senior Cups. So those are our hosts, Bracknell Town. Let's have a look inside their home, Bottom Meadow. So Billy, what do you think? Enjoying it? She looks delighted. About 10 minutes in and Chertsey take the lead. They've been dominant. The home keeper has been very good, making a few saves. But they blasted through and put it into the top corner. The away fans from Chertsey go wild. 1-0 to the away side. 2-0 to Chertsey. I've got Billy clinging to my shoulder. That lovely cross came in and the centre forward rose like a salmon and headed it in. 2-0. That could be the victory sealed already. What do you think, Bill? Why are you looking away? It's 3 now. The left winger for Chertsey, number 22, has been superb, been carving the home team defence all game. He's finally got a goal for it, ran through, curled it neatly beyond the keeper into the corner. Goal 3, points 3, signed, sealed and delivered. Double showing by Chertsey in the game is 3-0 at half time. Just like last week, could it be the same? Well, 3 goals in the first half, like Hednesford. We'll have to see, but it certainly had a goal-filled game. Half time 3-0.
Been a good game.
It's been a good game.
Chertsey have dominated, very threatening on the break. Not many chances for Bracknell at all.
No. But they've been, Chertsey have been a joy to watch. If anyone's going to score enough, it'll be them. What do you think, Bill?
Billy. Oh, she's loving it. So we've got a queue for the bar that's the length of the River Nile. So we've got to walk across the bar to get to the cafe just outside the ground. Tell us about the queue, Tom. Well, the advantage of going to that cafe was dog-friendly ice cream. So, Billy, if you would like to indulge. Good. Second half, let's go.
I thought that was a good goal.
About 10 minutes into second half and Bracknell have got one back. It was a neat bit of play, tucked into the bottom corner. Is the miracle of Easton Bracknell on? We'll have to see. Billy's just finishing her ice cream down before.
Alright, Billy, now you can get the first one too.
Oh, yes.
This is interesting, they've got another one back. It's 3-2, still a decent amount of time left. Billy's shaking with nerves. Billy, it's 3-2. The comeback is on. Last time I saw this happen was last season at Taunton. Can it happen again? Tom, you idiot. Tom made us go down the other end so we could catch the equaliser, and of course moments after Chertsey scored to make it 4-2. Looks like the game signed, sealed and delivered. That was a false start. 4-2, bit of time to go. Billy, go Bill. An entertaining afternoon comes to end, packed with goals and thriller. Very good afternoon, to be fair. Billy's enjoyed himself. What do you think, boys?
Alright.
Pub.
Onwards.
So that was Bracknell. We've come to nearby Green King to watch Leeds versus Man City. I'm finishing up my katsu. Who's come to us meet katsu. Billy's enjoying himself. It's a bit of a fun day. Great to be back together for free and have Bellini on the road. Time to rate the experience. So we will start off with the welcome, and for the most part it was pretty good. The staff there were really nice, but I think considering we ended up there last minute, it worked out all okay. But yeah, staff at the turnstile were really nice, and we did feel a certain warmth, like just amongst the people we were with. We were able to chat to locals. For the most part, people were good. The only issue was the sort of, in that weird stand to the right of us, where people were chanting, there were a lot of teenagers who were just getting rowdy and wanting to cause a fight with the Chertsey fans. And when we sort of went into that park at half time, they seemed to all be trying to get into a fight. I didn't feel comfortable about that, especially, I don't like it at any level, but especially this level. Non-league really isn't about that at all. I think it's silly, and I think Tomaldo was making the point, like, really, you're going to look back at that and really regret that? But yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable. But apart from that, they were quite nice. People were pretty good. There's one thing I want to make a point about, but that's more relevant to food and drink. So I'll give the welcome a 7 out of 10. So food and drink, this was a bit of a nightmare because basically we also got there in a bit of a rush, but essentially we tried to pop into the clubhouse club bar at the start, and there was a queue, and you know when those queues just don't move and you know you're going to stand there and in 20 minutes you're going to be in the exact same spot. It was one of those, and we tried queuing so many times and just could not get anywhere with it. But essentially they said they had internet issues
But it's like, surely you'd have some sort of backup plan, or at least just try and take cash. But the queue was just immovable, and Tom went about 2 or 3 times before eventually we ventured out to that cafe and got some food. But, you know, that's a separate cafe to the club. So to have to actually leave the stadium is really annoying, to have to sort food and drink out. At least Billy got her ice cream, so at least it worked out all right for her. But that was really poor. And again, internet issues happen, but you got to prepare for things like that. Yeah, it was just a really poor experience. Like, it's annoying because like the options they seem to have for food and drink looks really good, but it doesn't mean anything if I can't try them. So even if the internet issue was beyond their control, like, you still need to prepare and have backup options. So we didn't get to try the food and drink, and it was a mess. The queue didn't move, so food and drink gets a 0 out of 10. Stadium, it was an interesting one. I think it's definitely one of the most unique stadiums I've ever seen. And I think that stands that sort of look like a trench, or like a military like sniper base, or like a bird watching house, was a really interesting idea. But I think it was a really silly design, in the sense that a lot of the first half you had Chertsey and Bracknell fans basically locked in a cage, and just a line of stewards separating them. It's just like, that was just a recipe for disaster. No wonder people were getting in fights. And I think that was kind of just bringing things on themselves. But you also had like a really good stand and plenty of places to stand around. In fact, they had those sort of indoor sensory seats, executive box overall, call it. I thought was a good idea. But, you know, it's easy to navigate around the grounds and plenty of places to sit. But obviously, again, it was let down by the club bar. Like, when we were queued in the clubhouse, it was so tight and claustrophobic, but we didn't even get to see it. And the bar was in a good spot, but again, if the queue just goes on forever, it's worthless. Yeah, there's a lot to like about the ground. It's really well kept, very clean, just like Hednesford. I felt there wasn't really like scratches or dirt anywhere, which I thought was really good. So definitely keep on top of it with a lick of paint. And it was in a good area, just walk through a nice public park on the way. I thought was good. Not too bad to find parking nearby. Pretty unique stadium, certainly stands out from the crowd. It's definitely somewhere I'd recommend going, but I think there just needs to be a little more organisation, because apparently there's a club shop there. We didn't even see it to this day. I don't know where it is. So I'll give the stadium a 5 out of 10. And finally, value for money. The only thing I had to pay for was the ticket, which was 13 quid. I think a little bit steep for this level, considering the quality of the grounds. Like it's a good grounds, but you know what I mean? I think 13 quid for this level is a little bit too much. I think a tenner would have been fine. But that's the only thing we spent money on, because we couldn't buy anything from the club bar, which again was disappointing. But that's the only thing I have to judge on. I think it's a little bit steep. I'll give the value for money 6 out of 10. So that was Bracknell, a last minute decision, but worked out quite well. Screw Reading City for messing us around like that. If you don't let dogs in, just say you don't let them in. At least Bracknell were very open and clear with if you could take dogs in or not. We managed to find out on Google straight away. I don't see why it's so difficult for other clubs to say that, but ho-hum, had a nice day. That's probably our last trip before we prepare to go to Zagreb. We'll squeeze 1 or 2 in whilst we're staying in London before we fly out. Very excited to bring you a few more videos from London area and Zagreb. Thank you all for watching. I've been AFC Finners. If you'd like to see more videos like this, you can check out the link in the Patreon below. Support channel for as little as £1 a month. AFC Finners out.